Please state your name.
Hannah Wright, Tennessee TSA.
Go ahead.
The opposition has said that this is the same amendment that was proposed last year. If you sit down and read the amendment that was proposed last year by Tennessee TSA and the amendment that's being proposed this year, it is completely different. It was written by different people, it's proposed by a different state, and it's a different idea. In the end, it's going to affect our organization differently than the amendment that was proposed last year.
Please state your name.
Eric Jett, Utah TSA. I move the previous question.
Previous question has been moved and properly seconded.
What's the question?
We are now going to vote on the previous question. For clarity's sake, if you vote yes on the previous question, you are voting to end debate and move directly to voting on the bylaw amendment. We'll do this as a standing vote. All those in favor of the previous question, please rise.
Oh, there goes the debate. All right.
All those opposed, please rise.
Buddy.
Sufficient number having risen, the previous question fails. We will continue debate. I'm sorry, is there a speaker in
They
favor?
trying to end the debate for them?
No, they wanted to end debate so they could just vote on this and get going.
I'm sorry.
Meaning we don't have a filibuster, basically.
We will now do the previous question as a roll call vote. Madam President, Madam Secretary, will you please call the roll of the state delegations?
Well, that backfired. Now it's just going to take longer.
This is a funny. She's pissed. She looks pissed.
Now I got to do math.
Mr. President, I have a point of order that the gentleman's division is not timely.
I'm sorry?
I have a point of order that the gentleman's division is not timely.
I can't get the last words you said.
Finally.
The gentleman's request for a division of the assembly is not timely.
It's not time limited?
It's not within the time. He did not ask for it.
Oh. Actually, I think that objection is in order, so we will not do a division. We will continue debate on the bylaw.
He was never addressed to make that motion. He just made it. So that means you can sit down. It's okay. She had a blonde.
We will now continue debate on the bylaw amendment. The division call was ruled out of order because it was not timely. Is there a speaker in favor?
Now he's going to propose it.
Please state your name.
My name is David Swin. I would like to recognize myself as a member of National TSA and not just Georgia TSA.
Duly noted. Please go ahead.
The state of Kentucky, if you guys recall, last year, Adam Connect, your national reporter, ran for the position of national president. Both have served two terms as a national president. But can you imagine if there was a candidate for the position of reporter, then we would have lost out on two great officers. In the state of Georgia, can you imagine 28,096 members and running 2 years in a row, and both times losing by less than 6 votes? In my time at Georgia TSA, I've lost both elections, but at the same time, I've gained a lot of support. In 1988, National TSA, we voted to change IASA to the name TSA. In 1989, we adopted a logo, but what have we done since then? This is 2010. We have our mark here. And in 2010, this is our stand to say, we're ready for change. If our motto is learning to live in a technical world, technology changes. Technology doesn't say to say we change, our society should change.
Please state your name.
That guy spoke too fast.
From West Virginia TSA.
Go ahead.
Josh decided.
Even though we don't want to believe it, some of the election process is based on
Josh is not over,
popularity.
folks.
So basically, whenever you say let's do it by a 6-vote vote, you're just going to vote on who you like better. But if you have it in individual sections, as the secretary or president, then you're going to vote on who really deserves to be in that position and who isn't just popular enough to be up on that stage right there.
Is there a speaker in favor?
Mr. President,
Please state your name.
Mike Nakura, Colorado TSA.
Go ahead.
Currently, our election process is based almost solely on chance. You choose reporter, sergeant at arms, etc. What you choose
Choose what you think is best for you.
whether or
That's
not
at least
you
how
get
it's
into
supposed to
national
go.
office at the moment.
Chances picked up
It's
the
almost
hat.
not
Or
even
flip
a
the coin
vote.
or roll the dice.
So
not picking
after
up
been
half.
putting this off for
Helping
too
you.
long, let's adopt this amendment now.
Please state your name.
Chris Warner from Florida TSA.
Go ahead.
It was up in like 3.
I wish to speak against this motion because it is very ambiguous in its nature. It is not very clear as to how it is properly worded, and I am not totally against the ideas of changing our way of election, but this is not the way to do it. We need to make sure we are clear on what we are doing and realize that the best way to do it is not by popularity, but who is proper for the job that they want to be. The sergeant at arms and the treasurer do not have the same responsibilities, and just because one is more powerful than the other does not mean that they should be doing the same job and that the same person is able to do the same job. Also, as president, you need to have a certain level of ability and memory to memorize and control a big group of people, as with somebody who's just popular enough to get that position does not deserve that position. Thank you.
One good point.
Please state your name.
Grace Little from Georgia TSA.
Go ahead.
I would like to make the point that in the case of this year's election, there are several people running for several offices. Almost all of our candidates
There's
for
several people
national
running
office
for
are
one
incredibly talented. They all have the skills necessary to be a great leader. However, with our current system, we're missing out on many of those skills from many of those leaders. If you went to a pool system, you'd be able to have more of the talent. Instead of having the talent clumped in one set or in one set of officers, you can actually have a team with the proper skill set to lead national TSA, not just 1 or 2 officers.
Mr. President. Is there a speaker opposed? Mr. President. Please state your name.
Zachary Ludolph.
Go ahead.
First of all, I think you can tell from the line behind me that there are many delegations that are against this amendment. First of all, the amendment proposed by Tennessee last year in Denver was a complex system, and it described an officer pool for the candidates for president to fill in the remaining offices. That system addressed clear fears that we have as TSA. Those 2 fears being that we do not want not qualified candidates to become office, but also it addressed
That minute goes by fast.
candidates that can be abstained from the large delegations. We do not want large delegations to be taking over the candidate process and the election process. Now, when we introduced this amendment, it seems that this amendment is so simplistic that we forgot that we have these fears. If we are to make a new election process, we need...
I'm sorry, time has been called. Thank you. Is there a speaker? Please state your name.
My name is
Billy
Jason
next.
Glasser from Virginia TSA.
Go ahead.
I move to commit the proposed amendment to a committee chaired by the 2010-2011 National TSA President, consisting of concerned representatives from each state, appointed by the respective state president.
Can I have the text of that in writing, please?
No, Billy's like next. Wait for him to go, then you can propose it.
Stan, why don't you bring it up here?
Wait, what is he doing? He made a motion.
He's saying we should send it to a committee
Or waiting
until
for
the next
the
conference. Prove the amendment. It's not, they did the same thing last year and it was denied.
No. We gotta get things on that.
A motion has been made and properly seconded to move to commit the proposed amendment to a committee chaired by the 2010-2011 National TSA President, consisting of concerned representatives from each state to be appointed by their respective state president.